Hello, critters. Welcome to the Thursday stream, where it was really bad, really bad for the things that are already bad. But the silver lining would be the fact that altcoins, Bitcoin didn't really care. Like there like is a divergence, you know, or a decoupling, at least for now, until it recouples, which it always does eventually. But it's just endearing is the word that Bitcoin's up 0.25% today, and you have tech stocks crashing, like legitimately crashing. So I mean, make of that what you will, but we're above 19,891, 19,650. So any day above that is a good day. It's legit, just like in Scarface, right? Any day above ground is a good day, Tony. That day would be 19,650, 19,891. We're above ground. Okay, so and the bearish divergence, the 4-hour bearish divergence, it's really not performing very well. I mean, you know, it's great. Great stuff, man, for now. Don't get cocky, kid, at all right? Because like Bitcoin, crypto, I mean, they're not really the stories of the day, except maybe, just maybe, I'll never bring this up on stream unless it's showing an impeccable setup, and it wasn't really. It was kind of awful, but banned protocol up 120%, but at one time it was at 140 plus. You had fallen to like all-time lows, or the lowest low on this chart on Coinbase, and down sloping consolidation, and then once you broke it, it was just it's one day, 24 hours of pump, life-changing. You were putting your money in banned, but hey man, whack-a-mole, altcoin, S-coin whack-a-mole. This one caught the bids, and it was the highest price you had seen since May 8th. And that's about it, man. So no need to like request this one with your hard-earned money. Be like, dude, look at banned, man. We're looking at it right now, okay? It was, you know, it was just like the bottom of the range. Once you broke back above the range, it was just gone. There's, I mean, many assets out there are kind of like in areas similar to banned. Most of them are above their range bottoms. They're above them and have back tested them, and it's very intriguing levels for a lot of alts. Okay, what happened? Oh, fat finger. I don't know, man. You never know. It's just it loses so much market cap, becomes so illiquid that there's just, I mean, there's not many sell orders, right? I mean, people buy and then it's like, whoa, there aren't many sell orders till way higher, and that can happen. So yeah. So let's that was like the big one today. I mean, we can look at a couple of cryptos real quick, okay? Like we'll look at the notable gainers before we get to PayPal and the altcoin or the stocks that are getting wrecked. FTM up 16%. Was it crazy? Was it like not so crazy at all? Was it? No, it was at the bottom of the range. It held, and wow. I mean, this is, you know, that's the low point. And what did it do? It ran to the high point today. I mean, it was up maybe 30%, 29 cents at one point. That's a swing low. That's a wick low. We had plotted forever. March of 2021 inflection point. So cool, man. From the low to the high, it's doing what assets do, right? FIL was another one that was at a falling wedge. It was at the bottom of a range. What's it doing? It's not as amazing as FTM, but come on, man. Like patrons, like I'll be looking at these. I'll post these. I'll hear you at everyone. You like just like, hey man, just showing you where you are. And a bullish engulfing candle will be confirmed in 47 minutes on FIL. I know I don't care about FIL, the project, man. Tokenomics. It's like, who cares? Beanie Baby. But the Beanie Babies were at levels that, you know, are discernible for possibly, if they hold, where they could go, could be like 723, 754. And if not, then fine. Just 639 at least. You got as high as 626 today. Well, yeah, this is a lot of altcoins at these same levels. It looked like, October 13th, bad day, man. Like some of the altcoins were breaking supports, scary stuff, but it's never about the breakdown itself. It's about the follow through you receive. Okay. ICP. I mean, come on. Here you are at the bottom of a range. Is it midpoint of the range? Is it the high point of the range? Is it somewhere else? No, it's legitimately at the bottom of the range. Buyers defending the level, jumping across a creek, and now engulfing. Today up 9%. I don't know, like if this is going to hold. You got to think at some point if the stocks keep crashing, these big market drivers keep crashing, drive everything down. I think eventually everything in crypto would sync up. But the silver lining of it all, I think, is the volatility index. The VIX is dumping. You have tech stocks, market drivers, largest market cap assets in the world are crashing, and the VIX is dumping. And the DXY was pumping. So the VIX is the secret ingredient to all this. It really is the key. They have figured out how to tame and suppress the volatility index, okay? All right, so hey man, let's see what happens. Terrible market conditions, but dang man, lower risk areas. Okay, how about Matic? Matic went and tested the top of a range. Again, no breakout yet. No breakout yet. It's very simple, and I'm just thinking out loud here on this chart. What if, right? What if you have the classic accumulation structure? It may not be this, because this is exactly where reversals happen. But dang, I mean, higher lows, reaccumulation going on. I mean, the 200 simple moving average is back tested, but yeah, you're not at fresh long areas, but you are on breakout watch. This is what assets look like before they break out, but at the same time, it's not strategic for a long entry because that'd be you buying high. You'd be buying at the top of a range where history shows us if you're at the top of a range and it reverses, then you're going to the bottom of the range again. So the lower risk area of a range is going to be like 72 cents and stuff, but you're the top. So what was this? What did Matic do? There was a news event that happened. Matic teaming up with, I mean, we know Disney, but like, what was the other one? It was like come on, someone help me out here. Who is it? Real quick. First one to answer wins. Was it Starbucks? Really? Oh, let's not just start naming off random names, okay? Okay, how about a blue wrench? Give me who they teamed up with. My God, dude. Okay, more answers saying, okay, I can't. Someone's saying Starbucks. People are saying Starbucks. People are saying JP Morgan. People saying Facebook. Get out of here, y'all. That's okay. All right, well, let's move on. Figure it out later. I'm not a news show, all right? But the news would be here at an inflection point. This is exactly where reversals happen. But dang, man, showing a lot of higher lows here. And that was just the higher lows plot, just me thinking out loud on a chart, okay? All right, so have your alerts set up above 98 cents because if you hear the beep, you got a breakout going. And if you do breakout for real, the target's $1.20. $1.20 target if a breakout is successful here. You have not broken out. Okay, anyway, let's go to Alice coin. Alice is just one of those massive losers that really no rhyme or reason. Who cares? You know, I don't know. Should I plot like a supply line here like the others? Well, look at that. Hey, man. Okay. You want to know, Alice broke a supply line, I guess. It broke a supply line. Maybe wedge or something. Okay. Cool story, bro. Still below the inflection point from its rectangle range. Awful. Okay. I don't care if it's up 7%. Theta was one that hit the bottom of a range and reversed. It fell below it for a while, but then is back above it. But you're well off the top of the range. You may never get there. Okay, cool, dude. Storage. Oh, man. Storage was going nuts, wasn't it? Old Storage, we love thee because this is like, you know, we know the macro could destroy us at any time. Like, you know, I can't help that the world's collapsing economically on 10 different fronts. So that's just not going to bode well for a harmonic trade setup on an S coin called storage. But let's say maybe the world doesn't collapse and the TA is respected. This was such an impeccable setup. I mean, a harmonic they completed with bullish divergence at an inflection point from history, a very real inflection point that held after a massive reset. You know, you'd crashed, man. All these assets in the sweet spots, right? The 886s, and then you now have an 886 within a massive 886. That's the area to be identifying, you know, reversals, at least for the short term, midterm. It hasn't really happened yet. This thing was up 14% at one time today, but yes, as you can see, the macro taking its toll on mostly everything. Nothing's at its highs of the day now. Can't happen when you have futures. When they reopened an hour and 18 minutes ago, futures started dumping immediately. Now Bitcoin's starting to, you know, sell off a little bit. We got 41 minutes till your daily candle close. Thanks for being here. Storage, then DGB. Another one that's just at the bottom of the range, you know. Hey, man, it's not really catching many bids. So, I don't know, man. I mean, yeah, you could take a shot, but dang, like, well, why are some of these catching bids and this one's not? GRT, 113 Shark, as many people had identified this, and it turned into a scam out. I mean, this thing was at 9.77 cents earlier. Since it hit that 9.77 cents, it's only lost a good 11.77% of its value, and is unfortunately unable to break back above the low from June 16th. You can't do it, man. You're disregarding an asset. What are you doing? Sorry, man. The macro will suppress this. You're not going to be able to do things with a macro that's so terrible. And look at that, a supply line. Look, your two anchor points, August 8th. September 12th, now November 3rd, a third test and failure. Is that a wedge? It could be a wedge. Who cares? It's kind of, yeah, it's like a nice little wedge there. Okay. Okay, we got a falling wedge that is not broken out yet. You look good, but I'm sorry, bad macro. OXT had its own 886 shark. It's reacted. It's back above some levels that are important. Look at this. I'm just saying, right? March of 2020, the low of lows. Guess what happened to OXT? It fell below it, but not for too long. I mean, it's actually a few weeks, right? But sellers could not summon enough selling pressure to push you to the abyss. And so it ended up making a higher low, but a completed wave structure, and is now back above that 2020 low. And you're going to close in 39 minutes back above that. Very interesting, despite anything, right? Basic attention token, same situation here. Falls below a key inflection point, completes, I mean, pretty much goes to 99% retrace, you know, but the 886, you can clearly see the reaction as the divergence back above 29 cents and had been running a lot higher today. Pull back. Okay. So you kind of get where I'm going with this. I could go all day looking at this stuff, but I really don't know if people get value out of me just scanning through S coins. So let's go to PayPal real quick. That looked terrible. It looked awful. It was 3 falling peaks easily. It became 4 falling peaks really in the end. Closed today down 3.65%, and after hours is down another 9.16%. So we're talking just about 13% total on the day. Losses, lowest price after hours we have seen since the lows from July 14th, which were the lowest lows of the bear market. I think this will be going to $42 eventually when this recession's all said and done. There is nothing left. Where you are after hours, there's no support. So if you don't catch a miracle.
Cricket futures.
What's up? I don't want to eat the bugs. Thank you for the 15 super chat. Yeah, cricket futures. Yeah, here's your cricket futures on the rise. Okay, here's your cricket futures. We're about to moon, dude. We're up 13% on the day. Highest levels we've seen since 2017. Wow. Just kidding. Or about to be anyway. There's your cricket futures. One day they'll have them. If Bill Gates gets his way and Klaus Schwab get their way, we will have cricket futures. And it will be really, really sad. My God. Okay, so let's see here. Looking for a specific pattern. Someone had a request about what is a specific pattern. Try to find it maybe on this one if I can. Oh, it was pretty close. Pretty close. I'd like to find a little bit better one than that one. Just give me a moment. Let me go to a bull market, a trash bear market, to identify one of these. Just looking at these bottoms here. Hey man, this one doesn't do many, does it? Ah, I think I found one. Yeah, definitely found one. Okay. So the piercing line, you know, a lot of y'all know what that is. Okay. It's pretty much 2 Japanese candlestick pattern, 3 for the confirmation. But essentially the piercing line is after a drawdown, you have a big red candle. Okay. And then the next day, all right, this is very important. You cannot get piercing lines or dark cloud covers on crypto because crypto is 24/7. A key characteristic of the piercing line is the open, the close in the open. The close on this particular May 2nd, 2018 was here at 71.74. God dang it. Are you kidding me? I said the space bar accidentally. Get the out of here. Now I have no idea where I am. Wow, that's so amazing, dude. Okay, sorry, getting back to where I was. The candle closed here at $72. Wow. And then the next day, it gapped down, right? So after hours, pre-market, there was selling that came in. And that is what caused the price to open. When the stock market opened, it was lower than the close from yesterday. That is what causes this. That's why it looks like this. But that is what makes you have a piercing line. And so the other thing that makes the piercing line be valid or real is you get price action that pierces through at least 50% of the previous candle. If you get 65% or more, it's an even stronger pattern. And so after that, you would preferably get the next day after the piercing line, the potential piercing line develops, you'd like to get followed through with a close above the next day, a close above that next level. Or if you don't get it a close above that next, you know, you sell off and then eventually you get a higher candle close. But this is a textbook perfect piercing line reversal that played out wonderfully, as you can see. Beautiful. I mean, that was the beginning of a massive run, right? I mean, it ended up manifesting into, you know, it was the bottom for a long time. All right. That's your piercing line. And then just the same, you have a dark cloud cover, which is the inverse of the piercing line, where you have a close on, you know, it's been a run. You've had a nice run, right? It's been a rally. And near the end of the rally, you get a close here at 83.31. And then after hours pre-market, there's trading that causes the price to jump. And so you gap up. When the stock market opens, the price opens at 83.76, but then pierces through 50% minimum of the previous candle and then closes. And then you get followed through on the next day. And then what happens? It's a reversal. So you get a big drawdown. So it doesn't mean all to zero. I'm just saying, like, that's how it starts. So you have the piercing line, and the reciprocal of the piercing line is what we call the dark cloud cover reversal. Okay. Anyway, so that's your education for someone that asked. All right. Get REKT PayPal. Imagine thinking what they were doing was going to make sense and investors were going to like it. Okay. Oh, $2,500 for misinformation. Okay, dude. Sure. Send this thing to $42 minimum and I'll be pleased. And by then they'll probably hopefully have sacked all the executives, members of the board, right? And so we could get some better leadership in there that's not so indoctrinated and psycho-communist, okay? Part of this whole woke, weird world we live in.
Mitch,
trying to take over everything.
They won't go up till the Fed reverses. Let's focus on the stuff that really matters, Pulse Dogecoin and Pulse Bitcoin. Amir, right?
Oh yeah, dude. Pulse Dogechain coin, man. Post Malone Dogechain coin. We did it, man. Yeah. All day. Okay. So that was your PayPal REKT. We must look at Fortinet. Fortinet was beautiful. It was identified. It's so much respect here. Okay, the downtrend had been confirmed. A couple days ago, we had identified the rejection of the 200-day simple moving average. And lo and behold, if you can even believe it, this is actually a dark cloud cover as well. It was very, very close to a bearish engulfing, but since it did not cover the previous candle, it does meet the criteria for the dark cloud cover reversal. And look at the follow through of that. Genius Jesus stuff. Okay, so now, you know, bad earnings. Okay, down 13.71% and hits the bottom of the channel like the Jesus man. I love it. Dead. Global Payments has capitulated, which doesn't happen often. I mean, people I think use the word capitulation lightly, and maybe tomorrow it doesn't and we just rally, but capitulation, where what should have been a support, gone, broken like it was nothing, hot knife through butter. But not just that one, but also this one, right? The December 2018 low on GPN just slashed through it like it didn't exist. That's capitulatory in definition, right? Levies break. What? No test, nothing, just breaking. Okay. Another one just destroyed, down 12.3%. Kellogg's, the good old fashioned head and shoulders failure, but double top now and collapsing on earnings, down 8.3%. Lowest daily candle close you had received since June 23rd. Nasty, man. Very, very, very nasty. Probably not dead though. I mean, like, you know, it's going to do this, flush people out. Look at it. It's just trending upward still. Hasn't really hit but it is failing to breach a pretty key level. Thrice now. Oh. Shake Shack destroyed, down 8.24%. Look at that 200-day moving average being rejected. Oh, God, man. Gotta wonder where this is going to end. Maybe with a type 2 at 38.69. Qualcomm. Obliterated. Lowest price since July of 2020. There's an unfilled gap at $93. I think Crypto Hoarder would understand why we're going to $93, $94. Yeah. My God, man. So ugly. It doesn't stop there, man. NVTA down 6.69%. Smart Rent, excuse me. This is going to all-time lows. This will hit a 1618. This is a joke. Company. This is a joke. They'll probably go bankrupt. They'll probably be like these guys. Yep. Lehman Brothers, whatever. It's just terrible. Like they're awful, and it's gonna be a penny stock, and who knows when it'll go insolvent. Mosaic on no news, dumped, right? But rallied into the close, but down 6%. Falling out of this long extended uptrend that goes all the way back to the COVID crash. This is the first time it was really violated. But again, at the end of the day, look how they closed it inside of it still. So mysteries, controversy. Wow, man. Couldn't break the supply line, could it? Yikes. Party City down 5.77%. Okay, type 2. I mean, 116 is your target. Hidden bearish divergence. Dude, oh my God. We're talking like you're about to be going down another 20%. You ready for that on Party City? The party's over, man. I mean, yes, I know you're at a major 886. I understand that, but it's Party City, and this isn't the price action you're looking for, okay? Penn Gaming, we knew was screwed. This one was, oh yeah, we knew it, dude. It was over for Penn Gaming here. It's just, you know, you get your ups and downs. It's not going to go straight down. You're in the crash territory though. I think eventually you'll see 1772, 1740 when it's all said and done. You know, hey, we broke the supply line. That doesn't mean you're bullish. You're still below the 200-day moving average. You were so weak, in fact, you couldn't even test it. Spotify, fresh all-time lows. Joe Rogan, dude. Come on, man. Joe Rogan, man. What are you doing? Down 4.37%. Never been here before. Yeah, TWLO down 20%. Well, those are the racist, right? The racists that we're going to fire people based on their skin color, not their merit. Seriously, not kidding. Look it up. I don't care. they're racist, and yeah, they should go to zero. That type of I mean, you just can't have this type of mentality. I don't know how these people got positions in these companies, but to be racist and discriminate against people's skin color, to make decisions on who you're firing, that's psychotic, man. That has no place in our society, or the MLK Junior society that we all know and love, right? So good. Short TWLO to zero. Marriott screwed. Look at this nice 886. This is in the end, I mean, I'm not really looking for harmonics this small right here, but that was a bat. Textbook bearish bat, rejected the 200 moving average, but the issue, man, we got issues here. Look at your high from 2018 and 2020. You're below it now, and all the lower highs. Look at this. This is a complex head and shoulders pattern. I mean, if it's not one, then you show me one that is. I mean, how is this not complex? With all of the, right? You have multiple shoulders in the head, and then a shoulder, and then more shoulders, and then it's just like another one, man. You just created another shoulder here. Complex head and shoulders. All right. For now, until something changes, but I just don't see why you're not gonna. If we're in a real recession, how are we not gonna see $110, $100? You know, eventually, maybe a full reset. This COVID crash low down here is a long way down, man. A long way down. And you got to understand right here, the 200-day moving average was tested once. Just kidding. Now for the second time majorly. That is confirmation of how screwed this asset is. One does not simply do this and pivot and rally to higher highs. One does not simply confirm that the 200-day moving average is resistance after already reversing its trend. It's already making lower highs, lower lows, okay, for the whole year. So this is not going to end well. It might end very well if you're in cash or if you're short on Marriott. But if you're trying to, like, I'm a long-term investor of Marriott, man, you're probably about to lose a lot of money. And I'm not kidding. From where you are right now, the downside potential, in my opinion, is probably like 25% to 30%. No, Gala has not been covered yet. Let's look at it real quick. It was hacked. What a joke. What a joke, man. But it's like off its lows. So I guess it recovered. I mean, this is all I had on the joke, man. Who cares? At one time, it was down to 2.7 cents. It's at 3.3 cents now. What a swing, man. We looked at this like yesterday or something. Someone requested this. Someone paid money for this. Yeah, it's only down 12%. Not down by much, though, man. All right, let's go to the S&P 500. Whatever. Just looking at assets. Because this is a technical analysis show, I guess, right? I mean, maybe not. S&P down 1% today, 1.06%, just dumping. Not as bad as tech, but not really great. Not below the key level. I mean, where you are right now, I'm not going to be surprised if we retest 35.88. But yeah, just it's bad. It's not the most notable. Let's go to the Dow Jones. Remember where the Dow Jones was, chat? Remember how it reversed at the potential reversal area, like, perfectly? 200-day moving average, supply line, and then gap down today. It's only down 0.46%. Yeah, you could imagine, because it outperforms. It's got energy, a lot of energy, so defensive stocks. So I still think like you're kind of in crash territory here. I mean, it wouldn't be that weird if you saw 29,564 again. But remember, this thing hit, if you were talking about a dragon trade, it hit the 618 and the 786 perfectly, and that was it. It hit the 786 at the peak just before Jerome Powell started speaking. So now we're getting into the scary stuff, the NASDAQ. And here's the bad stuff, right? NASDAQ, man. That's your second lowest daily candle close of the entire bear market, rivaling the lowest candle close from October 14th, where you did test it intraday. 10,320. At the same time, looking left, you know there's nothing here. There's no formal support. And even when you talk about maybe, just maybe, 97, 9800. It may act like as a level where there's a reaction or there's some limit buys set up, but that's not a formal support. That's not strong. The real supports are going to be down at the 8100s. The high from 2018, 2019, and some, you know, that's it. It's a long way down, man. A very, very, very long way down. Is it backtesting supply line? Not really that concerned about that anymore. Its performance is so miserable that I would just be looking for 9800 eventually. Serious bear trend, man. Very, very bearish stuff. In the end, it was like Class C hidden bearish divergence when you couldn't break that high from October 7th at 11.2. Correct, man. Russell 2000 gap down 0.53%, but still above its danger levels. Right, 2018 pre-COVID crash highs. You're above them, so nice. So it's not in dire straits like the NASDAQ and the Qs. The Qs just, it's over, dude. Like, you're screwed. Guess what the Qs did today that the NASDAQ didn't? Okay, officially, the lowest daily candle close of the entire bear trend. And in fact, if you want to get official with it, the lowest daily candle close on the QQQ since July 29th, 2020. Jesus chimes. Maybe you hold this low, man, from September 2020. Okay, eventually 237. I'm thinking the 190s are the strongest technical support levels on this. So buckle up. Down 1.95% today, down 0.13% after hours. Ugly, man. Very, very ugly. Here's your Facebook. Facebook made fresh lows today. In fact, broke a critical support. Down 1.8%. Broke 89.44. What is that? It's just this one inflection point. This low from January 2016. You closed below that. So like a confirmed bearish breakdown of some sort. I mean, 72.86 seems very, very likely eventually. I don't know when it'll be, but this is miserable. This is terrible, right? Like, everyone sold. It was the highest volume, like, ever. Highest selling pressure, highest volume candle ever, and then just sell off. No rally. Just people continuously selling. Wow. Very bad. And I could go all day looking at random stocks for you, but what's the point? I've already looked at like 40 assets now on this stream. I've been live like 40 minutes. Yeah, no more commercials for the Qs. Man, they're doing QQQ commercials on college football games and stuff, man. It's like real. So I don't know, I guess we can go to gold now. Dead. Gold's, I mean, it kind of held, you know, a little bit, just hanging on to this local support here with distribution. It's awful, man. Like, there's nothing, like, it doesn't matter. Who cares if it rallies? Like, you're playing Russian roulette. You're playing Peter Schiff roulette right here, dude, trying to long this. This is crazy. To be bullish on this is to be crazy. Because this is all implied. It's already happened. It's like it's confirmed that this level's resistance. You know, looking left, that the only thing for this thing to do next is to go to $1,500, and then maybe even $1,440 after that. This is so bearish. So gold is so bearish, man. Right now, until new data presents itself, and we can change our opinion based on the new data. Until then, this is so bearish, awful. But that's not really changed. That's kind of like the. It's kind of like been the case, right? Ever since we broke this level, this is when I went full on bearish, July 5th. I don't know about a rally. Not for gold. God, if it happens, it'd be random and stupid. and the way stocks look, when stocks look like that, man, the way they are right now, it's really hard to say if Bitcoin and crypto are going to hold up. Really is almost impossible. Silver's hanging in there. Look at this. Silver's way better than gold, man. But like, if we look at the monthly, I don't want to own this. I don't want to own this. I don't want to own any metals right now. No way. No way, dude. I don't care if it rallies a little bit. I'm just saying, the monthly tells us we're going to $13.87, $14 in time. If you're patient, it might take months, but probably where you're headed. Copper, it's like, I don't know, man. Like, we got a Gartley and a bear flag, and they both could be valid. Not really catching many bids. I don't know how with these market conditions it's gonna catch many bids, but yeah, that's the reality we live in. No change really. Just looking at metal, right? Let's look at U.S. oil real quick. U.S. oil still looks outstanding technically for now, but didn't have a good day yesterday. But still above supports, so I'm all right. Look, we're here every day. Each candle here represents 30 days, so I mean, you can barely tell what happened. Everything's still solid for a potential reversal, at least for the short term. Just hasn't happened yet. Okay. Natural gas. Jeffrey Yoon's out there somewhere being like, what the F? Every day. Chop City. I don't know how you could play this. Brutal. Brutal, man. Brutal. 1834 is not a joke, man. You're breaking this level. It's bye-bye. Natural gas, $15 natural gas below this level. So you're holding it for now, but you might just be bear flagging, right? I mean, is this going on? Oh, God, dude. Please no. Please no. Gasoline future actually looks good, unfortunately. How does that happen? I mean, I guess gasoline, if U.S. oil goes up, I guess gasoline prices are going to go up too. I think a gap will fill at 289 despite anything, but for now, it looks pretty solid for maybe more upside. Yep, Peabody Energy had earnings today. It started out okay, but as you can see, it closed up 2.67%, but a red candle. And it's still like in that, hey, it's all you gotta do to survive this. I mean, it's still great, man. I mean, the future for coal, because of the lunacy of a certain political party on how they were gonna handle energy, because of them, bullish on coal. Yeah. Yeah, Greta Thunberg. But we all found out, I hope you know, I think you all found out about Greta Thunberg. She has like a communist manifesto. Now, she said, like her own words, like it really doesn't have much to do with climate as much as it has with destroying capitalism. And then she blamed capitalism for everything, for all the woes of the world. Yeah. Which is insane. Imagine living in a communist world. Like, think about it. I mean, something like Chernobyl happened, and if it wasn't for somebody blowing the whistle, then Chernobyl probably would have happened again in the Soviet Union.
Please, you pick your levels. You use wicks or closes.
I like whatever makes the most sense, but normally I like the candle close because that's where traders are settling up on the day. It's the most real thing, right? But we'll look at that. Thanks for the request, man. Thanks for the request. Any other crazy stuff happens today? Corn's down, soybeans down, Commodities didn't have a very good day today. Orange juice futures, of course, up 1%. And in fact, orange juice futures hit an intraday multi-year high, the highest levels you've seen on orange juice futures since December 2016. You cannot stop the orange juice men, boys. They are the winners of the world. But you also have cotton futures off of support, engulfing candle, a rally, a couple rallies, really, really strong reversal there. And man, this good $92, but this is commodities, man. They crash, then they hit supports, and then they bounce off of them. Look, there was bullish divergence kind of in the end too. What about, let's keep checking on live cattle futures, of course. I mean, just green today, despite how bad everything was, just right at that pattern completion zone of the bearish crab. Gotta wonder if it's gonna hit all-time highs or not. Seems like in time. This is your bugs chart. Yeah, dude. I think like live cattle futures going up. I mean, doesn't that mean that maybe this is equal to the bugs chart? Because if this keeps going high, no, yeah. This keeps going higher, that means that I guess it would be the inverse. The bug prices would keep getting lower, but that would start making it to where people would be incentivized to eat bugs because the cattle's price was getting too high. So maybe that's how we do a bugs chart, flipping the live cattle chart. I think that makes sense, right? Okay. So we're just looking at some commodities. I guess we'll look at some, I don't know, man. Again, I've looked at a lot of assets already today. We can look at the DXY that, remember that time that it was over for the DXY and then it wasn't? You woke up from your dream and, oh, wow, look no further than the DXY on the date of October 27th, giving us a perfect textbook example of a Jesus piercing line reversal. There it is. You want another example? This is it. It's beautiful. You can't make this any better. You had the close after a sell-off, and then you gapped down, and then pierced through 50% of the previous candle, and then caught your follow-through, and look at you now. Highest daily candle close you'd received since October 14th. It seems like you've broken some sort of supply line of maybe a wedge or, you know, a bullish consolidation structure. So, you thought it was over? It's not over, dude. Look at this. It just continues, man. Sorry, let me gets kind of busy there with that wedge pattern, but this is real, man. It's the channel that never ends, and it wrecks everything in its path. Kind of like this price action. I just anchored 1 and 2 and then had the candle close here, right? The candle high close was also part of it on the 4. 1, 2, 3 touches. That makes sense. And now you've broken it, and now you're back testing it as support above the 200 moving average again. One low, maybe a second low here, reconfirming the validity of the demand line. Dude, it's not good for stocks or anything really tethered or tied to the paired to the US dollar. It's pretty brutal. That's right. Piercing lines are all over the place. So we're dark cloud covers. Beautiful piercing line. My God. That was close to dark cloud cover. Yeah, so the bull trend continues. The wrecking ball, but the real wrecking ball is the VIX. The VIX will make everything indiscriminately sell off. The DXY, mostly a lot of things sell off, but not everything. And crypto is one that's just not selling off. One thing I didn't do, I still got this quad screen up. If you want to see the quad screen, top left of your chart, or of your quad screen is the Bitcoin 60-minute chart. Unaffected really by today's price action in the stock market. A little concerned. I mean, I don't really like the 60-minute that much, but a little concerned about the high, then the lower high, and then selling off here. I don't like that distribution stuff locally. But again, it's a very insignificant time scale, so I'm not going to put much weight on that. Top right is the S&P 500 60-minute chart, where this wick low from October 27th was broken last night and then successfully back tested for 6 hours or so today, and then engulfed, and then here you are again, nearing the lows from last night or this morning, and not much support down here. S&P, yikes. Gold spot price, we've already looked at that today. Not looking good at all. Actually looking awful. Terrible stuff, man. Ready for this to roll over anytime. And here's your DXY, bottom right of your screen. A little wedge. It's scaled out a little bit more, but 60-minute, and it's broken out. You know, it's broken the level and is very elevated and could be taken out as previous highs soon, which would be really bad for everything else. Okay. And by the way, when you're looking at piercing lines, looking for them, you want to be on the daily. Okay, you go to the daily to identify piercing line reversals. That's where you're going to get, I mean, anything on the daily is really where you're looking for things. Significant time scales. Looking for Japanese candlestick reversals on insignificant time scales is unreliable, and there's no point in even doing it. So when you're searching for Japanese candles, go to the daily. Especially if you're learning about them, the daily is the best place. Okay, we had like 2 requests today. A Pulse Doge chain is below 635, therefore I'm thinking eventually 488, 450. That's it, that's your target. Unless something happens, miraculously, you've broken support and you have about 20 to 24% downside from here. That's it, that's Pulse Doge chain. You tried to break out and it didn't. It's broken a high from June, and the next level is upon it, right? That's where you think you'd be targeting, the next inflection point. Okay, 48. That's it, simple. All right, let's look at US dollar to Great Britain pound. Yeah, Coinbase lost like $500 million this past quarter. Yeah, and they're up after hours. But they were down 8% today, so, I don't know. I'm going to go to the... I guess I can go to the weekly on this one, sure. Here's your weekly US dollar to Great Britain pound, right? Remember, this is flipped. This is not Great Britain pound to US dollar. It's like, if you flip this, this is the Great Britain pound to the US dollar. So US dollar killing the pound, and your weekly, it seems, oh, look at that back. My God, that weekly candle close back test, right? March 2020. You went down, you tested it, and look at this bullish engulfing candle in development on the weekly. Oh, man. 22 hours till this is a confirmed bullish engulfing candle, you know, with a candle close. That's, and all of a sudden, is that hidden bullish divergence? Kind of. My God, man. You're in the UK. I feel bad for you. I really do. I don't know. Just so strong. This was all-time highs. You had made fresh all-time highs, rivaling the Soros run, right? 1985. It might get retested if this is confirmed. If this is valid, just look out, dude. Your currency is about to get obliterated even more. That's right, Duff, man. Smart. Good. I hope it's been that way since I was in the UK, right? Because everything that we discussed all in private, right? Like when we were all having our hangouts and meetups in the UK was, man, this is not gonna end well. This is gonna be way worse. And look where we are now. We're so much worse than we were when I was over there in April and March. It was really just April, early April. Yeah, grip rim pound to parity, sure. Eventually, yeah. Eventually, man. We're at 111. You haven't seen parity yet, not even at the all-time lows, right? Parity will be right here. Go back. Does this not have all the data? Guess it. Oh yeah, this is the one that doesn't have all the data. Okay, so you'd have to make fresh all-time lows to see parity. In fact, you'd have to make fresh all-time lows by like 3.5% before you saw parity, which probably coming, man. This is so bad, right? It's just like the weekly candle low close has been confirmed as resistance for the first time ever, and then this week we are reversing at it. That is brutal. Wow, man, it's just awful. Like this, and it's you. Oh, you think it's better on the euro? It's not. Equally as bad. I mean, maybe a little less bad, but bearish engulfing candle confirmed in 21 hours, and look where you are. Once this breaks, it's bye euro. Based on what's happening over there, you know it's gonna break. You know, 97-cent support will not hold. This is all like based on everything that's happening, man. Like the decisions that these politicians are making, these very weak politicians with psychotic ideologies. Once this, I mean, you know this will not hold. Okay. I have an alert set up for when it doesn't hold. Okay. You should too. But eventually it'll be at 90 cents. It'll be at the lowest price you've seen since 2002. Soon. This is the weekly chart, right? We did it. All right, sweet. Look on the 8s, yep. Let's go back to Bitcoin, because the new day, top of the hour. There it is, Jesus John. We did it, man. So another day above 19,891. All right, for now. We're still okay. Did not look at total. I should pull that up. Oh no, I don't have it up, do I? Oh no, I know it's on the same tab on a different tab on the same browser. Okay, really not what you're looking for here, okay? You're not going to be happy with me on this at all. It's just not good, man.
I like turtles.
There's bears out here.
All right, so we have now on the date. No, this is the 4 hour. You have a 4 hour bearish engulfing. You've fallen back below $959 billion. We do understand that it's not a joke at all. It's very, very real where you have just massive downside when you're below this level. That is my concern. I have problems because of that. You know, the altcoins are at low risk areas, blah, blah. A lot of them are anyway, right? Harmonics completed, collection points. But this right here, man, I got concerns. The daily, it's the same type of situation, you know. No bearish edge at least, but you better be getting back above this level soon. You really need that, man. Jeez. Better hold, dude. That's all I can say. Whew. So we got through the 2 requests. No, we didn't. Wait. David Davidson's son tipped $15 4 hours ago. He wants to know my take on FET to the US dollar tether. He knows shady macro ends of bugs, but let's say Bitcoin doesn't collapse. Where could you see FET? Let's just play it, man, since
Sup, bro?
4 hours
Love
ago.
to hear your take on FET/USDT. I know, shady macro and Z-bugs. But let's say Bitcoin doesn't collapse, where could you see Fed go? Thanks man, appreciate it.
Why not? Let's knock it out, dude. Well, you know what? Let's look at Ethereum first, because, you know, we have not looked at the second biggest crypto. It kind of looks like the total. I mean, it's identical to the total chart. Looking at it, it's the same thing. So, I mean, where you are, it's really tough to say because you're in between the two massive levels. 1420, the previous cycle top, 2018 cycle top, 1420, and then 1730. You are in coin flip territory. Flip your coin like BNB in the middle of its mega range. Flip your coin. But if total's real and it doesn't catch bid soon, I mean, you could be talking about 1420. Yeah, this macro, man, just so sketchy. It's like these are just not appealing macro conditions, even if the altcoins look so good for potential upside. That's it. Like, I don't like, I mean, I've never been in market conditions this terrible. I mean, like, in what's coming, or so much damage has already been done, but it's, you know, I mean, we got a recession. And, you know, I mean, 50 on the ISM, we're in the 50.2 or 50.1 on the ISM reported. So we're virtually at it, about to fall below it, and that's legitimately a recession. So yeah, Ethereum, if stocks keep dumping, probably 1420, unfortunately. All right, a new candle. Gold's catching some bids on the new 60-minute S&P, Bitcoin, and dollar, US dollar. So, been live for an hour now. Feels like 10 years.
Back test the breakout of the supply line.
Nah.
Good hook and go.
It did not. Look, it did not. As you can see, it was very close though, and I'm surprised it didn't, you know, because it's like not just the supply line, it's the 200-day simple moving average. Figured you'd test that. You know, you haven't seen negative momentum on Ethereum since September 29th. So it's been over a month. You've only seen positive momentum. So take that how you will. No test. No test yet. But the problem is you're just in between two ranges, 1420, 1730. It's coin flip-ish, but again, it's like if you get continuation of the sell-off from stocks, probably 1420. I'm just thinking, right? I mean, doesn't that make sense? Kind of bad macro would wreck you.
Can we look at LIX/USDT and KuCoin?
So La Bamba, if you want, yeah, sure. We'll do it. Thank you. Right now, why not? Let's go. Oh, well, it had a nice run and went to the perfect level, didn't it? It went to the level of levels. I mean, this is an inflection point around 880, and you couldn't break it really, so you're back below it. Now you're at kind of higher risk area. I mean, the thin order book, right? A lot of up and down in between here, so maybe you'd come for a back test. Maybe of this level here. I mean, you kind of did, you know, I guess 745, you're all right, but you missed the run. And didn't you, like, there was an M shape. It wasn't a formal one, I don't think. Did it hit a 786 though? No, it didn't even hit a 786. This is one of those that was tough, man. It hit like a 74% retrace and never even tested the bottom, these wick lows. But of course, it probably, if you plotted the candle close, this is why I always do candle closes, man. Look at that. Didn't this time, right? But if you look at that, it was perfect. And that's, you know, that's a spring and a back test of a spring right there, you know? I mean, that's why daily candle closes, I love using the horizontal line tool at the candle closes and the wicks if they're close enough. And then you plot it as a zone with the, you know, the rectangle tool. Just do it like this, you know? And then it just starts making a lot more sense that it's just not perfect. It's a zone of inflection. Yeah, something like that. I mean, really, you could go down. Okay, cool. But this is really scaled out right now. Just talking about like that. So nothing to do. It pumped and now it's consolidating, and it couldn't break the resistance, and it's near the top of the resistance. So that means there could potentially be a lot of downside. It's the 3rd of the month, so it's the 3rd best day to join the Patreon, or where you receive trade setups, education, tremendous amount of charts posted by me almost daily in the charts only section in the premium Discord, just to keep your ear to the ground. And it's very, very educational, and but mainly above all, you get all that value, but you do it singularly because you want to support this channel and what I do, right? Like, you don't want me to this channel's, you don't want the community to just be like supported by tips, right? Because, we'll go days like this where it's like, okay, won't be able to survive, like, so it's good because, like, we've got a team behind us too. So when it's early in the month, you can't blame me for like bringing up Patreon because of that, Plus 100% crowdsourced. I don't have sponsors and stuff. You are the sponsor. So interesting how S&P on the 60-minute compared to Bitcoin's 60-minute compared to gold's 60-minute. Weird. It's not correlating still. All right, so I don't know. Someone counted up how many charts to technically look at today on stream in about an hour. Oh, did we not look at FET? Sorry, I don't know what happened, man. Something happened. Oh, yeah, I haven't been to FET in forever. Wow. This is what I had. So dead, man. It's such a dead asset. I don't even know. It's like, what do you do? What do you do when it's completed the harmonic, right? And done nothing since it completed in July. So after completing, it's already completed a couple times, right? Maybe type 2, going on 116 days of dead asset, right? I mean, I'm sure eventually it'll break to the upside, maybe. But you just gotta wonder, man. It's just so. I don't think you want nothing to do with this asset below 7 cents. Below 7 cents is long way down. But for now, you're holding. It's an 886 from the previous low. Okay. There you go, David Davidson, if you're out there in cyberspace. Thanks for the tip, dude. 4 hours ago. I mean, even if you tip during the day, like, I'm going to see it. I'm going to see that you tip me. I'm going to be able to pull up my stream elements and see that you tipped. And if you want to look at something, okay, we're doing it right now. He may not be here, but. Doge melting, dude? Oh, no, not Doge, man. Not Doge. Doge melting is down 2%. I guess that's kind of bad compared to everything else today. Doge. Well, it's not a very good couple days. Couldn't break. I just had this one time. This is not all the data. This is Coinbase chart. This is low from December 4th. We've been tested as support a couple times and resistance and support. That's why I had it plotted there. And you could never seal the deal. Market participants could never settle up above that level for more than, a day. And then it was right back below it. And now you're selling off. So at any time, man, right? You got close enough to an 886. It was like an 8. 856. Shoot, dude. 886 was here at 16.373 cents, and then you went to 15.9. It was very close. Exceeded a 786. So anytime you get there, those are like value perceived areas for shorts, and a pullback could happen. Yeah, even if it pumps on a Doge or an Elon tweet tonight, I'm just saying, like, yeah, what do you expect? It went up 150% in 3 days. These things can happen, man. At the same time, I'm not like one to be like trying to call the top on this thing. This thing is insane. It's nuclear. Trying to juggle with radioactive material. But I wouldn't call it Doge being down 2% melting at all. That's wrong, because this thing swings 5% in 30 seconds all the time. Yep. All right, man. Well, the movers came today and took away all my stuff downstairs, so great. So now it's like I virtually moved. Anyway, big ones above these levels, you're good. Better be careful on technology because it's scary bad, right? It's getting nasty out there for the largest market cap stocks in the world, just getting obliterated. All right. Well, thanks everyone for coming out. I'll just be back. Until next time, respect the T. Hey.